Welcome back, degenerates. It's me, To Watch Trevor. Listen, I'm not trying to be cool. I am fucking cool. And I'm a fucking pleasure to be around, thank you. Watch this.
Fucking rat, you TTV scumbag. Get off me, bro! Fucking rat.
You see what I mean? The big girls came for me. The big girls from Simstagram and OnlyFans came for me. And out of sheer excitement alone, I came as well.
It's all about humanity.
Now, what did I say about coming on my Instagram and YouTube comments? Apparently asking for accountability and safer and better tattooing products is controversial. I'm not asking for much. All I'm asking is for a little bit of accountability and someone to kindly suck my dick. Following the release of my FK Irons video, or as this beautiful lady would call it, a political smear campaign, let's just say I had a fair few mixed opinions. So the latest comments and opinions come from the big girls. So let's together explore who they are. Ryan Ashley first, coming in with a staggering 1.7 million followers Instagram count. But she is also a reality TV star on an American tattoo show. Forgot how it's called. She belongs to a category which I like to call a great somebody, which means she is great at tattooing, but she also has a massive online presence. She is an absolutely beautiful woman. She is great at tattooing. She can execute many different styles and techniques. She has a beautiful family, great husband that is also a phenomenal tattooist. And if there is such thing as a favorite tattoo couple, it's most certainly them. And unlike Valentina, she has a great amount of semi-naked imagery online. Just kidding. Valentina also comes in hot with an impressive portfolio of semi-naked pictures, which challenge Instagram's very own terms and conditions. Now, her Instagram comes in hot with a whopping 515,000 followers. But if that's not enough for you, her OnlyFans comes in clutch as well. She's a self-proclaimed leading teacher of tattooing, and she can back those statements up with mediocre heel tattoos she posts online. Now, she's an absolute master in social media marketing, and her posts are balanced with surgical precision between tattooing, art, education, and her tits, which are also surgically balanced. She's playing every simp in the tattooing game like a piano. She's able to extract maximum financial compensation from him. And for that, I respect her and I have to commend it. I have somewhat of a respect for people that are willing to sacrifice honor and dignity in the pursuit of financial gain and influence. I myself don't really care about those interpersonal things. So if I was in her position, you best believe my tits would be out as well. Now, these girls seem to have it all. They have skills, they have money, they have the influence, but they seem to lack one thing: integrity. The reason we're here today is because these two young ladies had the nerve to materialize in my Instagram comment section. Do you think I'm not gonna clickbait your name? Are you sick? Of course I will. They came to showcase their ignorance and stupidity, and I'm here to discuss everything else first except the matter at hand. My fragile masculinity, of course, couldn't take the heat, so here we are today. For full context, I'm gonna link the full video somewhere on the screen so you can actually join the conversation and, Ryan Ashley Malaki says, sharing new insight and information is always awesome, but it seems like you're just straight up shitting on good companies filled with great people who care very much about the user, client, and the end result. Seems more like a political smear campaign. Sad emoji. Now, first of all, who do you think I am? And who do you think I work for? The fucking Clinton administration? Listen, we're talking about the barely regulated tattooing industry. Political smear campaign. This is a small Instagram channel and an even smaller YouTube. Political smear campaign. What are you Have you lost your mind? Did you start thinking we're actually important? That shit's political? Now, this is certainly not new insight. This is common sense that professionals like you should know and challenge. If that was new insight, you certainly wouldn't see FK Irons proudly marketing and promoting the Ergo Grip, acting like it's a holy grail because you can take it apart and sanitize it. And yeah, that short clip on Instagram definitely looks like I'm just shitting on him. But if you actually take the time and watch the whole video, you'll see that that's not the case. I must admit though that Bishop and ink machines are certainly doing a better job than FK Irons. They can in fact be used safely. Ink machines took the effort to eliminate the problem with the magnetic feature, which I appreciate the innovation. And again, it shows that certainly is not new insight. If it was new insight, you wouldn't see companies like Ink Machines and what's the Acus or whatever. You wouldn't see them innovating, if you can call that innovating, or a cleaning feature. Are you guys nuts? A machine with a cleaning feature. It's not a feature, it's common sense. But the Ink Machine situation with the magnets, that is real innovation, not a fucking app. Forgive. But I have to give credit to FK Irons' design of how the machine looks and the ergonomics. If only they would execute it properly. You have Chinese manufacturers for 1/10 of the cost doing a better job than FK Irons. And I'm not mad at the price at all. I still bought one. I still bought FK Irons grips, every Dragonfly, every injector, a Bishop Muggy. I bought them all. Every Cheyenne fucking machine. I certainly don't have an issue with the price. All I'm asking is for the industry leaders to bring some accountability to the table and take some fucking responsibility and answer those simple questions I'm asking. I have no doubt at all there's great people working in all these companies, and I certainly don't care about locker room childish remarks that Gaston made that offended the snowflakes. Christ almighty. When it actually got political and people were lighting up Gaston for his remarks, I didn't see you rushing to his defense then. But that of course wouldn't be good for a TV personality such as yourself, would it? The 100 grand he paid after the laughable apology, which I don't think he had to apologize at all, would have been better spent for refunds. I don't think that inherently shows his character at all. But I would recommend next time do blackface. Apparently there is no such thing as bad publicity. Look, I give credit where credit's due, but that's like saying, hey, don't shit on Monsanto or don't shit on BlackRock because there's great people employed there. Get real. I suppose it's possible for the great people working at these companies that care about the client maybe didn't come to a logical conclusion themselves that the membrane is not enough. We could of course accept that if it wasn't for the holy grail Ergo Grip, which was, you know, the safest thing possible because you can open it. So instead of figuring out how to incorporate that technological innovation that the grip has in the machines, instead we're gonna pretend as long as you use a membrane that's fine. Now let's imagine you use the Ergo Grip on a Cheyenne Spirit and you just never take the grip off. We're just gonna pretend as long as you use cartridges with a membrane that is fine. Those are laughable and ridiculous arguments you clowns are making. Now this insect came to the lady's defense today. He's frequenting my comment sections, and by the looks of it, he's also frequenting local crack houses. Now to you, Huey, I only have one question. How many booster shots have you had? You don't seem to be a fan of them yourself. Anyway, this is certainly not a smear campaign. I have no personal vendetta or some ill will against Gaston or any of these people. In fact, I appreciate the hard work and the hustle. And there was some innovation done. A lot of it really, up to this point. My machine is modeled after their actual machine, just slightly bigger and better and safer and longer battery life. I have no doubt there is good and hardworking people employed in that company. How the company grew and at what speed it's grown, it's certainly impressive. Listen, and I'm happy for the growth and success of any company in the tattooing space, provided it's not Cheyenne. I'm looking for simple accountability from the industry leaders. This is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, tattoo companies in the world. Why not be a better example? Why not lead the artists and educate in a proper way instead of looking for excuses and confirmation bias? So it's certainly a leader, but it's certainly not leading by example. You don't hear much from the industry leaders on this topic now, do you? And look, I'm not Uncle Ben, and you're not Spider-Man. But with great power comes great responsibility. But with great power, responsibility. But if you're in the market for a real smear campaign, subscribe to my channel. After seeing Ryan's post, Valentina couldn't help but leave a stupid comment herself. Can you answer one question? How many people do you know that got any type of disease through tattooing? Now, she probably thought that that's really clever. She probably thought, Jesus Christ, look at this, check. It's retarded. This is an alarming question she posed that really shows and highlights the level of care she's actually got. Is that the same rationale you have with your clients and students? I mean, I haven't heard anything dumber. I know several people that had serious complications as a consequence of a tattoo. That's not to say the artist or the artist equipment was at fault. That would be next to impossible to determine. So here I was referencing bloodborne pathogens like Hep C or HIV, which would be next to impossible to actually transmit with that process. I understand that. I said that in the full video. I get the chances of giving someone something with it are very slim, but I would rather have the chances being zero. You see? But that's not about that. There's plenty of other risks. There is bacterial infections that can cause serious damage that escalate really quickly. You can cause septicemia, sepsis to somebody. Now the chances of that are still low with the microbar not being clean or the drive bar. I'd much rather the chances being zero. After answering, of course, I left a question of my own, a similar one that I asked Ryan.
If you watched the full video, would you agree it would be better to be able to open these machines to fully access the critical areas like the drive bar or not?
So it's a yes or no question. A very simple yes or no question, to which, of course, there was no answer. Now, Valentina and I have many things in common, and I can't hate her at all. I feel like we're close now. And 10 years ago, she would have been my type. For someone that claims to be knowledgeable in clinical psychology, it should be really simple to detect early stages of cognitive dissonance to avoid the need to be right at the expense of taking actual responsibility or being able to see observable, objective reality. I also don't know anyone that got anything from dirty needles. Should I just start using dirty needles? What kind of stupidity is that? And it certainly doesn't look good for a tattooing educator. And this shirt you're wearing that's highlighting one of the biggest insecurities men have most certainly doesn't look appropriate for a sex educator either, now does it? And if you must know, your nipples don't offend me, your fake lips do. But I digress. If someone wants to use a condom, would it be a good rationale to ask the person, but do you know anyone that actually contracted an STD through sex? The dumbest shit I ever heard. And listen, I'm sure you're smart enough to know how dumb this sounds. I answered the loaded question and left a simple question that hasn't been answered, of course, because my question is simple and requires logic and reason to answer. A yes to my question would render my point correct and hers incorrect. So that's obviously not an option because she can't be wrong. After all, she's a leading teacher of tattooing, remember? And a no to my question would show a complete disregard of simple cross-contamination principles. So the only real right answer would be, I see what you're saying and I agree with you, Daddy. Don't you dare come at me. I'm not the one pretending to be a leading teacher in tattooing. That's you. That's all you. So you're gonna be treated as such. You're gonna be held more accountable and to a higher standard than others. You with your platform should be the one pointing that out, not me. But that's not aligned with your values. It's aligned with the lack of your values. If you're the educator, you should be the one educating, but you're not doing that. You're defending your old beliefs. And don't get me started on putting in the light tones first. I mean, what kind of stupidity is that? It clearly doesn't even work for you. So recommending this to tattooers that are actually learning, this is ludicrous. What kind of special snowflake shit is that? Other artists don't do it because they're scared inks are gonna... Oh, that's why. Will you shut the fuck up? Everybody had enough. Oh, you're so brave and everyone else is a pussy because they don't color the light inks in first? Are you out of your mind? We're here for your personalities. We're not here for advice. Are you fucking... Don't be ridiculous. We're here for the tits. Am I objectifying her now? No, she posted that. I'm just being honest. I'm here for the tits. This must be the stupidest question a professional tattooist has asked in history of tattooing. Am I surprised that both of these ladies are sponsored by the same companies they came to defend here? Not at all. Nobody expects any honor or integrity or honesty. Like Ryan here. Let's watch this.
I liked my kneecap. What's wrong with me? I tattooed my own kneecaps. I don't know how you reached your kneecaps.
Oh, you don't know?
T-Rex arms and goat legs. No way I could have done it.
I know why she can't tattoo her knees. Ryan, don't you? I understand business and advertising and marketing, so I don't hate that at all. In fact, I appreciate and I have a lot of respect for people that will use every tool in the disposal to get to the desired outcome, whether that's self-sexualization and objectification, whether that's derogatory and insulting rhetoric, or it's just simply trolling. These words were too hard for me to pronounce back to back, my guy, I'm sorry. Whatever you need to do to get your bag, hey, I'm with you. I'm with you and I want to see you get your fucking bag. And I have respect for it. You best believe motherfuckers are sliding in my DMs and comments and giving me shit. But unlike you ladies, I'm not here to make friends. You guys, the influencers, you should be the one pointing that out. You should be the one challenging these beliefs. Am I doing the same thing? Shame, insults, and guilt, and the need to be right? Yes, I am. They came to me, I am right, and this is my channel. You might say, is all this necessary? Did you get so butthurt and provoked by little comments? It would almost appear like I've provoked them to throw stones first, so then I can come on here and express my distaste for the cheap sexual marketing techniques. As an educator and influencer, instead of educating people, you're here playing games. Hey, I have a game for you. Gas the stripper. 3, 2, 1. Just kidding. They're all tattooists. They're all tattooists. And you see, these are the biggest names. These are the influencers influencing the new generation of young women coming onto the scene. Is that what you call your leaders? Who exactly are you leading? Are you leading other young women in the same direction? Are you leading painters to promote their paintings with tits and ass, like yourself? A little bit more responsibility and integrity would be required to call yourself an actual industry leader. But let's be honest as well, guys. We are here for the tits. I suppose we can all go back and pretend like we see no issue with the cheap sexualization of visual arts across the whole spectrum of media. Or we can also call it what it is. A pathetic, laughable, profitable joke. Daddy. Daddy. A single quote. Fuck my life. I'm fucked. This is one of the biggest. Oh my God, it's fucked. I'm fucked. I'm simply asking for some crazy. This is ludicrous. Or to do the right thing. Fuck. Can I manage one line? My eyes are burning, bro. What? They call me To Watch Trevor. Oh, this is so dumb. This is so stupid.